What's going on, guys? Aldrin Estacio here with FlytPath.com. Now here I have the new DJI Mavic 3 and I also have the Autel Evo II. Now, of course, as you can see with the title, the main reason why I want to test these two drones out is because the Autel has been a very good drone as far as flight time goes, being rated 40 minutes. And I've talked about this in previous videos before. It's actually a lot of time up in the air. Of course, it doesn't really get 40 minutes as it's rated. I normally will get around 30, 32, 33 minutes out of this drone. And we do have the new Mavic 3, which is rated for 46 minutes. So if you guys are familiar with my channel, I like to do these basic hover flight tests just to see exactly where they kind of sit as far as just a basic hover goes. It's the only way I can kind of get something that's a little bit more controlled. Of course, flight times are always going to be based on how far you're flying, how hard you're flying, how fast you're flying, elevation. A lot of different variables, a lot of different factors go into play when you're trying to determine how long you're actually up in the air. Now, even though these are rated for 40 minutes and 46 minutes, that is in ideal environments. And also the drones are actually moving. They're actually going at a really slow pace, and it's using that momentum to actually save a little bit of battery. So hovering does take up a little bit more battery than you think. So just want to do a little side-by-side comparison to see how well these two stack up against each other. The Autel Evo II and the Mavic 3. And before we get into this flight test, a quick word from our sponsor, Adorama. And for those who aren't familiar with Adorama, Adorama is one of the most reputable online retail stores for all of your camera gear and electronics. And they just listed this right here, the brand new DJI Mavic 3, and they do have all of the combos available, the base, Fly More, as well as the Cine combo. Or if you're looking at this one, the Autel Evo 2, they also have this one in the base and the combo version. So if you're looking at some of the best prices online, make sure you guys check out those Adorama links down below in the video description. And now back to the flight test. And before I get these actually up in the air, just for context, the Mavic 3 has 5 battery cycles on it. The Autel Evo 2, I borrowed this one from my buddy who actually has the Evo 2 8K and hasn't really flown it in a while. This one has 12 cycles on it, 12 battery cycles on it. So it hasn't been flown too much, just a little bit older of a craft, a little older of a battery. So just, if you guys are wondering how many cycles, that's how many cycles before we do this hover test. And I got my little stopwatch going here. I'll just put that down right in the middle. And let's get both these up in the air. About 5 feet or so up in the air. On the Autel right now, we're seeing 33 minutes remaining, 96% on the battery. Now, of course, I don't want to leave you guys back here, so let's get a little closer shot. Mavic 3 is actually really quiet. All right, so as far as my stopwatch goes, we are at 7 minutes, 15 seconds. Just want to show you this kind of cool sight. Check this out. Look at that. Got hot air balloons right here, right behind me. Isn't that cool? All right, we've been up in the air now for 11 and a half minutes. I have 29 minutes remaining, but it'll go back into return to home in about 22 minutes. It'll be forced landing in 25 minutes. 62% remaining and 20 minutes remaining on the battery. But like I mentioned, that's not return to home, that's just the battery. So let's see how long until return to home kicks in and landing, forced landing kicks in. "25 minutes right now, and we have 27% battery on the Evo 2, and on the Mavic 3 we have 35%. There you go, critically low. It just went down, just dropped right now. So we're at 10%. Take it down to 8. We'll take it down to 5 if we can. If it lets me, I'll take it down to 5%. Okay, we got another percent to go. Okay. 32 minutes at 5%. It's gonna force land in 1 minute, 21 seconds. But we are still at 12%. So I'm gonna see if I can hold this thing up in the air, just like I did on the Evo, and see if I can hold it up in the air until 5% left. I am not gonna do it. Area under aircraft is unsuitable for landing. Control aircraft to landing safely. Okay. We should be at 36 minutes. There you go. We're at 5. Here it comes. Okay. 36:04. So just a basic hover test. This is rated for 40. I got 32 at a hover. This is rated for 46 minutes. I just got 36 minutes at hover. So 4 extra minutes of flight time is actually a pretty big deal. This is one was been rated for a long time is to have the longest flight time, 40 minutes, which is still really, really good. And like you guys saw, I just got a hover test, about 32 minutes. Rated for 46 minutes. I just got 36 minutes of hover time on here. And like I said, hover time is actually still pretty hard to do. When you're out there flying, if you're just cruising around, it actually saves a little bit of battery life. So, you know, if you can get 35, 36, 37, 38 minutes out of this thing while you're flying, just kind of cruising around, that is a lot of time in the air. As you guys can see during sunset right now, went all the way down until the sun is down. Having additional time is always a huge deal. And if you have 2 or 3 battery packs, your flight time, you'll be up in the air for an hour and a half, which is a long time. And I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor of this video, Adorama. Make sure you guys check out those links down below. And of course, don't forget to check out my full playlist on all the videos on the DJI Mavic 3. It'll be down below in the video description. This is Autel with FlytPath.com. See you guys out there with the Mavic 3 or Autel Evo II. Take care.